We will.
You're good to go.
Our department, we will, we're gonna put the meeting.
But if you just heard that voice, that's your warning.
We're on. This is my first one, so how do you make this all?
Hand it over.
Okay, well, they'll see.
And you have to use the microphone. Okay, this is the time and place advertised for a public hearing regarding the intermunicipal transfer of liquor license R 17441 from the borough of Shillington to the township of Cumru to be utilized at 31 Hickory Road, Milton, Pennsylvania. Just so everyone in the public is aware, this type of hearing is required in intermunicipal liquor license transfer situation by the Pennsylvania Liquor Code. And the purpose is just to receive comments and recommendations of any interested individuals or anyone from the township regarding the applicant's intent to transfer a liquor license into the municipality. There is a court reporter here taking down everything that's being said. So if you do wish to speak, we will need your name and address for the record. And we would ask that you speak slowly and don't talk over anyone else so that the court reporter can keep a clean record. The procedure will be, let the applicant speak first, we'll get applicant sworn in, and the board of the public will have a chance to ask questions of the applicant and make comments regarding the transfer of the license if they wish. Preliminarily, I will first introduce what we mark as Township Exhibit 1 into the record, and that is just a proof of publication evidencing that this hearing was advertised in the Reading Eagle on June 5th and June 10th of 2024. And a copy was handed to the applicant. And I believe there is a representative from the applicant here, Mr. Michael Pepin, and I would ask that he would come up and get sworn in. Here's your rating, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Wait 1 moment, please. Okay, you gotcha. Just a few questions from you to start. Can you just spell your name for the record?
Michael. That's my first name, Michael, and then last name Pepin, P-E-P-E-N.
And what exactly is the name of the applicant that's requesting the license transfer? Is it an LLC? Is it a company?
It is an LLC, yeah.
And can you give us the exact name of that LLC?
Barn House Bar and Venue.
And is that registered in Pennsylvania?
Yes,
And how many members are members of that LLC?
I believe it would be 2. It would be me and my father, Lazaro Pepin.
And can you spell his name, please?
Lazaro.
And can you give us the address for the entity?
It's 31 Hickory Road, Montauk, PA.
Okay, so the same address that the premises will be licensed at.
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you just describe for the board why you're purchasing or trying to purchase the liquor license and what you're planning on doing with the liquor license at the property?
Yeah, so we're starting a restaurant, bar, venue, and banquet hall. And so part of our business model will involve the selling of alcohol.
Do you have, as far as the business plan goes, do you have any specific hours and days that you believe the premises will be open?
I think those will depend on sort of how the business does, like it'll change based on the needs of the business. So we don't know yet, but we do plan to be open as much as we possibly can.
Okay, are you planning on applying for any amusement permits associated with the liquor license?
I do not believe so.
Has the LLC or you or Mr. Lazaro Pepin ever had any interest in any other liquor licenses in the Commonwealth?
I don't believe so. This is the first application we've submitted for this transfer.
Okay, so it's fair to say you've never been cited for any violation of the liquor code pursuant to another license you had?
Yeah, that's correct.
Those are all the questions I have. I don't know if anyone has comments or other questions for Mr. Pepin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What is the capacity of your banquet hall or your facility?
If my dad was here, he'd be able to speak on that. I'm not really entirely sure, but it's a large building.
Not sure how to reply to that. I wish it was more specific. 100 people, 200 people.
I would say 99.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, the board can, discuss what kind of motion it wants to make, if it wants to approve intermunicipal transfer, make a motion in that respect, or not approve it, that's up to the board.
I mean, nothing seems. Very an issue. I mean, I do see some. Potential concern, I mean, based on some of the lack of detail, not that I see it, obviously this is bar, venue. Especially unique in that regard, but is there any concern worth fleshing out here, or should we just go ahead and say it's good? Sounds like bringing business to the township.
It is a permitted use by right in that district, correct?
No, they received zoning relief already from the zoning hearing board to allow this. It was years ago, previous years, a bar and restaurant. And then that use discontinued. For the board's information, if the use is discontinued, non-conforming use is discontinued for more than a year, the use is discontinued associated with that property. However, they did go to the zoning hearing board and receive the appropriate relief to allow this use to be reinstated.
Sandy's point, like, this is our first meeting for this kind of meeting. What kind of reason would we want to flush out that would be of concern?
Typically, the purpose of these types of hearings is so that a municipality can judge whether the owners, the potential owners of the liquor license have had other nuisance bars in the past. Have had conditional licensing agreements placed on licenses that they've owned because of some series of violations of the liquor code, noise complaints or violence or fighting or whatever it might be. And that's typically the reason for these hearings, to make sure that you're not getting a licensee in your township that has had problems with other licenses and other establishments.
And when we heard him say that he's done none of those other things, we do any kind of like independent due diligence, like a Fluxus Nexus on them or something like that, to kind of check their background, or is that not typical?
The PLCB itself does that. And they want, one of their biggest concerns is about the zoning. Is the zoning appropriate? As I stated, that's already been taken care of. But the PLCB takes care of their own investigative standard, like a previous nuisance bar or whatever, but they also require the public hearing because people on the local level may know of something. And so we've had about 6 of these total in the township during my career here. It generally, if somebody has a concern, they will show up. And I see that that has not occurred.
Yeah, and the piece, I can verify this, the PLCB does do extensive background searches and requests for information regarding any applicant. So every member of the LLC gets looked at. It's not just, oh, form a new LLC and you can get around the requirements and then research. It's pretty extensive.
So, does anybody else have any questions?
I'll make the motion to transfer the liquor license.
I'll second.
Mr. Bill Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Greg Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Baddour,
Yes.
Mr. Donnell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, the motion passes and the law does require that we issue a written decision within 45 days of today's hearing in the form of a resolution. So I will author that and get it to the applicant within the 45-day time limit.
Good luck. All right. What if, I guess, if nothing further, we'll adjourn the meeting.